Welcome to all wonderful sadhakas, wonderful human beings having in this Kali Yuga the Ichha for Shastra Dhenam and Adhyatmikata. What a beautiful treasure you have got. Guard it, protect it, develop that one. Congratulations for being so, and also salutations from my side along with hearty gratitudes that it is your presence because of which the study of Shastras we are trying to do every day. It is every time, every day's necessity to invoke the grace of the Lord and the Gurus to keep us on this path and to make us do what we are supposed to do to reach where we are supposed to reach. Let us remember all our 13 Vyaktitvas to be developed with total effort, free will, consciously. Lokaseva tatparata, Sanatana Dharma Sthapana tatparata, Vyaktitvam, Vairagya tatparata, Vyaktitvam, Tatparata Yukta Bhakta Vyaktitvam, Shishya Vyaktitvam, and Mumukshuta Vyaktitvam. Then comes the Jignasu Vyaktitvam. All these are interrelated, interconnected, and purakas, complementary to each other. Put together, they make us a sadhaka. Then the Shrotru Vyaktitvam. Sequence you can have in any way, but we have put it this way. Every of them are required. Then the Sadhakatva Vyaktitvam. Then we have the Parishrami, the Prerita, also the Shanta Gambhira Vyaktitvam. Then Samskrita Bhasha Pravinyata we have added recently because all Shastras originally are in Sanskrita Bhasha. Now just make a parade of all the 6 sources of blessings in our heart. Let them all stand and receiving the guard of honor from us as if we are saluting each one of them, praying to each one of them to bless us to do our sadhanas more intensely. The contingent, let us say, of Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Itihasa, Santa Vangmaya standing. We are standing in front of them, bowing down, saluting, extending gratitudes, and also telling our commitment and praying to them. What we need is the Shruti Jnana always in our heart, guiding our all our thinkings, guiding our all understandings, decisions, and endeavors. Now the group of the Gurus. Behind is that Guru Tattva, the Brahman himself, then the Guru Parampara, then our Swagurus, our Acharyas, and in general, all Rishi Muni, Ganas, Mahanubhava. Again, let us bow down in front of them, salutations to them, extending our puja, whatever we could do, then our gratitudes for whatever great things we have received from them, then the pratigna, then prayer to them that, O Lord, we need your, O Guru, we need your margadarshanam. In some places we are failing in receiving and practicing the margadarshanam as given by you. Please teach us the techniques to rectify this mistake so that we obediently follow your instructions, and quickly reach to the results. Same way, the group of Devata Ganas, you can imagine Karmendriya Devatas, Jnanendriya Devatas, Antakarana Devatas, Adi Bhautika Devatas, Adi Daivika Devata. Everyone's blessings continuously are there on us. Hence, we are surviving alive, able to function with our faculties, and in fact get the results. So, salutations to them, gratitudes to them, pratigna in front of them that the abilities given by them, we try to use them for the best purpose. Then, praying to them also. May we not lack any of the abilities of the faculties that it becomes a hindrance for our spiritual sadhana. Full intact with energy, Shakti should be all our upadhis. That's Devata's blessings. Then we can remember Mother Shakti Swarupini with all her Shaktis. Satvika, Rajasika, Tamasika Shakti, because of which she expresses the Ichhagnana Kriyadi Shaktis with which the entire universe is moving. So we can pray to her that by her blessings, our Shaktis should be Shuddha Satvika and they have to be only used for the Paramatma Prapti. Then turn the attention to the Ishvara, our Ishtadevata. He has brought us up to the human level in this sequence of evolution. Now we have to reach to the divine state, which is our essential nature only, covered by many variety of colors and layers. It is by the grace of that Ishvara that all those covers are eliminated, removed. Then the discovery happens of the truth. For that purpose, the Parameshwara, Jagadeshwara, Sarveshwara, Ishtadevata, we are praying to. Same way, the Sarva Vyapaka Brahma Tattva, Sarvadhisthana Brahma Tattva, that alone Satya. All else what we see by the faculties and faculties also are just adhyastha on that Paramatma. He alone is real. That real He is me. In this way, doing the Anusandhana, invoking His Krupa also in our life. Having done this small contemplative exercise necessary every day to be done, let us come to our first of the 10 textbooks which we study today. Shwethashwathara Upanishad of Krishna Yajurveda, towards the end of the Sambandha Bhashya, after which we begin our first Adhyaya. So beautiful. So here, Sri Adi Shankara Bhagavan imagines that if somebody has come to Shwethashwathara Upanishad study, it means he has covered other earlier Upanishads. Therefore, he must be having a good idea, and hence, referring to Brahma Sutras, Upanishads, and all, he is trying to strengthen, intensify the knowledge in us regarding what gives or causes moksha. It is only Shuddha Gnapti Swarupa Brahma Atma Anubhuti. We can see in his efforts of these, as if a restlessness that after these are big Upanishads are there. Chandogya, Brahadaranyaka. These students may or may not study. If it study, good. If they do not study, and with this feeling that they have studied the earlier 9 Upanishads, but they have not obtained the knowledge and conviction which they have to obtain. If they discontinue or leave the study, then all their so far studied becomes incomplete, meaningless, because they will continue to be again a samsari. And tell them, let us study Ishavasya. No, I have already done. केन कट प्रश्न मुंड मांडुक्य तैतरीय ऐतरेय श्वेताश्वतरा सब मैंने किया, इसलिए अब दोबारा पढ़ने नहीं आऊंगा. But did you catch the essence of that? I don't know about it. So, a wonderful dish is made but thrown in the gutter. क्या use है उसका? So many years spent, hours spent in studying Upanishads. It should not go waste. What is the meaning of it should not go wasted is the theoretical knowledge would be unambiguous about final goal and means, and these students should do that sadhana and reach the goal. Now, what way he can help us, Shankar Bhagavan? Only this way. His only tool is to write and give us the bhashyas and through them convey to us vehemently, strongly. His effort of this time we are seeing in this श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषद संबंध भाष्य कि जिस चीज के लिए आपने इतने शास्त्र उपनिषद पढ़े उसको पाए बिना मत जाना. Intellectual understanding, conviction, doing the sadhana and experiencing it. For that purpose, lengthy lamba sambandha bhashya he gave, which also again is an excellent, healthy preparation for studying this, the last Upanishad before the big Upanishads. After Shwethashwathara, we have चांदोग्य बहुत बड़ा, बृहद अरण्य का और भी बड़ा. उससे पहले वाला ये है. इसलिए we can see his tapana, his tadap in that he wants us to get convinced about it. So we are seeing latest, the last few pages of Sambandha Bhashya referring to mainly Brahma Sutras, therefore referring to the Upanishadic Vakyas, basing on which these Brahma Sutras are given by Vyasa Bhagavan, in which Tattva Nirnaya is done intellectually. That has to be pursued by all means to reach to that goal. So this is a topic we are studying. These things have to be studied a few more times for more and more clarity. These already we have understood. So let us put some more effort today. Then after this, we'll do little of Yoga Darshanam. Then we go for Mandukya. Then we go for Bhagavad Gita, Valmiki Ramayana, Undaka Upanishads. Later on in the evening, we have our Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana, Atma Bodha, Tripura Rahasyam, and then a beautiful Skandha Puran. मुझे इन सब 10 ग्रंथों का स्मरण करके इतना याद आ रहा है, ये आनंद आ रहा है. उसके अंदर कितना हम घुस रहे हैं, पढ़ रहे हैं, वो अलग बात. बट देन गुड that in spite of us and our vasanas, our natures, we are trying to do little bit. Now, before we do that, our Sankalpa Prarthana, usse pehle, like every day, our 5-10 minutes of observation regarding what we are to do, what we are doing. अब देखो, साधना होना चाहिए. Is it happening? If you see, is it happening to the expected level? We are doing our common sense thought discussion before our Sankalpa and Prarthana. If you see what must be lacking in us because of which the expected way, the doings and experiencing or reachings are not happening. Some of the salient things we have to know, important things. And all of that first I put in one word only, which we every day say it 10 times. But we don't take it in that way. Only one word. And it is not a gali, it is not a curse, it is not a shapa, it is not a, a sin. But this is what is the thing because of which we are not able to do sadhanas. That is called as lack of sincerity. That's it. In this one place, when we are deep and true, worse than the worst of the actions, greater than the greatest of the action also, we can do for the required results, wanted results. Okay. What we'll do is like yoga asanas as we learn from the animals and the flowers, है ना? पद्मासना, पुष्पों का भी कोई आसन होता है, पेड़ का आसन होता है, ताड़ासन है ताड़ वृक्ष, and maximum of them are from pashus, animals, है ना? The kurmasana, kukutasana, mayurasana, भुजंगासना, शलभासना, धनु, ये सारे कोई कोई फिर आयुध धनुरासन वगैरह होता है ना? The vajrasana. Like we learn from the animals the asanas for our physical thing. From the same animals, let us learn with few examples what we are lacking in our life for because of which the effective sadhana we are not doing. Same thing, sincerity. And because of sincerity, those animals have, be attentive, single pointed attempt and effort towards the goal which they have chosen. And they pour out themselves fully in that. That is why, even though they are animals, considered to be lesser than human beings, are successful in their own respective fields. Among the human beings also, who do like that, they all succeed. That's what we are learning. Any of the animals or insects, कुछ भी ले लो आप. Let us start from the chinti only, and it has no thousand goals in life. It wants its chini or sweet. Of see, it's a single pointed endeavor to get that sugar to what places it goes. In what way it just coordinates with the other ants and somehow reaches. दिन रात कोई हिसाब नहीं होता उसका. somehow जा कर के वो पकड़ ही लेता है जहाँ मिठाई है डाल. And you and I put that sweet in डब्बा और किसी में प्रॉपरली ढक कर रखते हैं. बट लिटिल टाइटनिंग में थोड़ा सा मिस हो गया मानो, that is enough for them. And let us not imagine that ये चींटी ने मेरा ही चीनी खाने को आ रहा है, उसको मेरा तेरा नहीं होता. बेचारा उसको भूख लगती है, वो through that smell etc. they go for that food. No animal like tigers or anyone have that ego and vengeance. देखिए मैं इसको मार के खाऊंगा like the human beings have. No, they are hungry only. That's the only thing they want to survive. Even a mosquito bites us, it has no idea कि इसको मैं मलेरिया पहुंचाकर इस बंदे को मार डालूंगा. उतना उसको सोचता ही नहीं, वो उसको खून चाहिए बस. तो इट कम्स एंड टेक्स. इट डजंट सी एस बाबा जी है या कौन है करके. इट विल टेक एनीबॉडीज. So anyway, that's not our topic today. Like that, and now the second beautiful example we can take is that of the honeybees, है ना? That honeybee देखो आप जो है मधुमक्खी. How many million things are there in the world objects? हर एक जगह जाते हैं क्या? They go only to the flowers. In the flower also, so many aspects are there. The petals are there, the pollens are there, so many other things, and the flower is on that particular branch of the tree. The tree has those branch trunk. कहीं नहीं जाता हो. It goes only to that place where the honey is there. And how much in our human quantity देखा जाए तो बहुत सा छोटा थोड़ा हनी भी थोड़ा ही होता है वहाँ. But it is relentless. All of them together. I heard, I don't know exactly, that for one drop of the honey to make one drop in our quantity, some 1,000 flowers they have to go. हजारों पुष्प के पास जाना पड़ता है उसको. And it is not the flower is kept it ready for it whenever the honey bee comes. ले जा करके वो पुष्प को भी टाइम लगता है वो बनाने के लिए. सडनली नहीं होता तैयार. So these honeybees go there, request that flower, can we take the honey and all. फिर एक एक को लेकर जाके ना, the most important is that beehive which is made. Beehive कहते हैं ना उसको, शहद का जो जो भी है. No, imagine it in it, the effort of it and the single pointedness in it. और उसको एक ही कैपेसिटी टैलेंट दिया गया, एबिलिटी टू टेक द हनी फ्रॉम द फ्लावर्स. दैट इज एनफ फॉर इट. और उसी को यूज करके देखते जाओ एक आध महीने में सच ए ह्यूज बीहाइव इज डन. इतना सारा शहद नो ह्यूमन बीइंग कैन डू विथ ऑल हिज टेक्नोलॉजी. ऑन द नेम ऑफ हनी ही कैन सेल द गुड़ का वगैरह चीनी का मिलावट करके. See that small insect, how much single pointed it is, fully focused on it. Now the other two examples, when the vultures or the eagles flying, when they in the waters, see that fishes, so many fishes are there, बहुत होते हैं. तो उसका नजर एक ही पे होता है, जिसको पकड़ना है अपना प्रे. And you can see it how it observes and moves along with that. पानी में मछली जा रहा है और हवा में वो जा रहा है. You just observe how it keeps itself fully ready with its hands and wings ready. You just see it just एकदम ऐसा मार कर, and the grip of that is so strong. Then it takes it and swinging the wings goes into the sky. A bird only, and 99% it hits the target and gets. कभी कभी वो खरगोश को भागता हुआ पकड़ लेता है वो. Depending on the size of the vulture, they even take the बंदर को पकड़ लेगा, वो डियर को पकड़ लेगा, वो लेकर जाता है. Even the human child, if small child, if you are careless, वो झपट पटक ना, it will झपट कर ले जाएगा. See its single pointedness, its aim. And so too these tigers and lions. In the heart of so many prey animals, whichever are there, वो ऐसा नहीं रहता जो मिला उसको पकड़ के ले जाता है. ऐसा नहीं हो. It aims at it. है ना? It aims at. It has both the ideas. एक है जो easily पकड़ा जा सकता है. That is one of its idea. Another one, even though it is difficult, but when that particular animal is caught, it will get more food. Like deer वगैरह easily पकड़ा जाता है, except the speed. If we can catch the deer, बस एक गले में मार दिया, मर गया. But with the deer उनको food पूरा काफी नहीं होता. But the big animals like the lions, sorry, the elephants or flesh ज़्यादा है. So more the herd of lions can eat it. Therefore, that one it preys upon. But then idea is single pointedly it just attacks. कभी मगरमच्छ को पकड़ेगा. जो भी है, what we are seeing from this is they are aiming at, they are fully concentrating, they are putting the effort, they are not leaving the effort till they get what they want. Only when the life का threaten होता है, those tigers, etc., leave that prey and go somewhere. Like this, so many examples we see in our life. Clear? In of all animals, how they put their endeavors. Survival के वास्ते है उनका. Now come to human also. In human beings also, in any of their respective fields, anybody have succeeded. Is it not only because of their total single pointed endeavor for that? Which we often use this phrase to say कि जी जान लगा के किया उसने, इसलिए वो आईएएस बना या डॉक्टर बना या आर्मी ऑफिसर बना. जी जान लगा के. पीपल आर बिकमिंग रिच जी जान लगा के. पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स जी जान लगा के. ग्रेट क्रिकेट प्लेयर्स और सिनी इंडस्ट्री वाले, बिजनेस टाइकून्स और मैग्नेट्स, ये ऐसा नहीं हो रहा हो. लेट अस नॉट सी when they are recognized outside. That is after the success is achieved. But how that success was achieved is ji jaan laga ke. That means whether it is animals or birds or human, even the trees, जी जान लगाएंगे तो कुछ भी हासिल हो सकता. So this is the only point today we are discussing, that such a sincerity that we are able to pour ourselves completely to achieve what we have to achieve. And our goal is unambiguously spiritual goal only, isn't it? So then it's a time for us to pause and see. And the most dangerous thing that happens to human beings, especially in spirituality, is after some days, some of the thing when it is done, sadhana, वो धीरे धीरे मैकेनिकल हो जाता है. Thereafter, only the outer doing remains, and the purpose of it, the depth of it, the intensity of it, all of that goes away, and unfortunately, that is replaced by our earlier vasana samskaras. मतलब क्या हुआ? Like anybody and like our own past life, the vasana and samskara put us in the samsara only. सिर्फ नाम के वास्ते we just do all our spiritual sadhana. And we don't even recognize that it is happening. And in that mood, the worst thing that happens is we get satisfied only in doing the things superficially to such an extent that we forget that what for we have started this spirituality. You know, the demand for the, what you call, the desire for the goal itself will be forgotten. Then we do just superficial things. And the whole life is nothing but the complete earlier like only samsara 100%. This is what every sadhaka has to go through, and he will have to observe himself, learn from that mistakes, rectify them, and be steadfast on the path. So let us observe few are things, one, two, or three, or four. First one, ऊपर से नीचे आएंगे हम, ego of ours. How much the ego is not the negative one, the aham in me is wanting that experience, the divine experience. भक्ति का कहो या ब्रह्म ज्ञान का कहो. See, this is the most important thing ना. वही हम अगर फेल हो गए तो बाकी सब में फेल होना तो जरूरी है. How much the I in me having the tadap, like the eye in the tiger has that tadap, that I have to eat my food, so I have to run and chase that animal. और जितना भी दूर भाग रहा है वो जो है, एक वीडियो आप देखते हो, इतना ऊपर पहाड़ से वो चीता जो है उस बेकरी को पकड़ने के लिए कूदता है in that snow clad mountain. That is some hundreds of feet. Somehow it falls. दोनों में कौन बचा कौन मरा toward the end तो मैंने देखा नहीं, but it just jumps for it. Because the eye in the tiger, that eye in that honeybee, the eye in that vulture, the eye in that ant, want that much. अब खोल के देखो हमारे आई को अंदर, क्या है, क्या वो आई वाला मेरा, कि आई हैव टू हैव दैट एक्सपीरियंस वाला तड़प कितना है. दिस इज द फर्स्ट थिंग. In fact, this only we discussed yesterday, but put it in different words. We took the various examples and let us become like that as हम कल discuss कर रहे थे. So the aham in me, is it wanting that experience? देखो, देखा जाए तो हमारा अंदर का हम अभी वर्ल्डली सुख भोग को ही मांग रहा है. So at the very first point only we have failed. Same way, come to the next upadhi of the intellect. How much of my intellect has crystal clear understanding about spiritual goal, about every aspect of spiritual sadhana, है ना. जब समझदारी हो तभी हम करेंगे ना. Of how many aspects of spirituality we have undoubted clear understanding, right from what is the meaning of jiva bhava, what is the meaning of maya, intellectual understandings, what is the meaning of avidya, what is the meaning of moha, what is the meaning of the upadhis, what is the meaning of this vrittis of the chitta, what is the meaning of all this raga dveshadi, what is the meaning of actually samsara, what is the meaning of bandhana, what is the meaning of moksha, what is the meaning of viveka vairagya shamadama. अब इनमें से कौन सी चीज इंटेलेक्चुअली कंप्लीटली डाउटलेसली हमको समझ है तो बढ़िया है, हम ये क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं. Still we have to need the books to study them, or need again somebody to tell us again and again. So that means what? Our intellect is lethargic, nor it has got the sharpness. Therefore, it has not caught the point at all. In fact, हमारे सारे शास्त्रों का अध्ययन सत्संग इस इंटेलेक्ट को एम्पावर करने के लिए. But are we becoming clear? Did we understand the Nirguna Brahma, the Saguna Ishvara? Did we understand the Upasana? What is the meaning of Upasana? Why to do, how to do? कौन से चीजों में हमको बौद्धिक स्पष्टता है, मतलब सब सुन रहे हैं लेकिन समझने के लिए जो कोशिश करना है वो भी करना चाहिए. As we gave the example of animals, that bird or the vulture ऊपर से देखता हो ये फिश कितना बड़ा है छोटा है, सो इसलिए मुझे कितना उसको का दबोचने के लिए इन हिंदी have to use my power or strength. Depending on the prey, it has to. छोटा है तो हल्का से ले जाएगा, बड़ा है तो you just see that hunting of the tigers, big animals when they catch, how much vigorous power they use and catch the neck of that fellow till it dies. In the same way, how much our intellect has been applied. Again, same thing like the ego. Our intellect also still seeking the worldly pleasures, trying to get them, trying to again involve in the things and beings. So all its capacities are going away there. Therefore, here we are not showing that much of interest in intellectual inquiry to understand everything. This is what we mentioned when we use the word sincerity. तो अहम को सिंसियरिटी नहीं है, वो अनुभव पाना है करके, इसलिए बुद्धि को सिंसियरिटी नहीं है, उसको पूरी तरह समझना है करके. Aham has not left it, but that sincerity is not so much to try for it. So too, the buddhi has not given up, but it is satisfied with the mere superficial, not even words only. उपम श्लोक भी अब तक एक श्लोक याद करेंगे करके हमारे बुद्धि में निश्चय भी नहीं आया. याद नहीं होगा, एटलीस्ट राइट ऑन ए नोटबुक. What are the important mantras of Upanishads on which we have to contemplate? See that intellectual lethargy. Then at this level of our intellect, if we have, then how can we say that we are growing spiritually? We are not doing anything to grow. I'm talking about you and I, some of us who are at very periphery level. Some of us who have gone into the deeper heights of understandings, contemplations. Unka to congratulations. They are ideals for us. They are inspirations for us. We look up to them. Good. But we are talking about our own selves. In the same way, come to the mind level. Do we have those feelings in the mind कि मुझे साधना करके अनुभव को पाना है? कितना ढीला डाला है? And because of that lack of the feeling in the mind for that sadhana and experience, that the lazinesses, the other distractions are more powerful to make us compromised in our intellectual understandings and other sadhanas. These are the spiritual immaturities, spiritual insufficiencies. Isn't it? They all have to be corrected and rectified. And therefore, the fourth layer of our sense organs. कितने बार हमारे आंख ने भगवान के रूप को निखारा पिछले एक हफ्ते में? नो, बिकॉज उस आंखों को इट वांट्स टू सी द टीवी ओनली, इट वांट्स टू सी द अदर थिंग्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. हाउ मच हमारे कान ने उस जप मंत्र को या ओंकार को सुना या कोई भी ऐसे भजन कीर्तन? Because something else we are wanting to listen with the eyes. How much of the tongue has longed for and chanted the name of the Lord or mantra or stotra? No, because we want to talk to the people and impress them or get what we want from them. एक एक इंद्रिय कहाँ काम कर रहा है स्पिरिचुअलिटी के लिए? मन में कहाँ फीलिंग है? बुद्धि में कहाँ वो शार्प क्लियर डाउटलेस कन्विक्शन वी हैव? और अहम का चाहत कहाँ है कि आई हैव टू एक्सपीरियंस ब्रह्मन, आई हैव टू एक्सपीरियंस व्हाट इट लुक्स लाइक व्हेन इज ए डिवोटी टोटल सरेंडर्ड. Others know that 1 month back we discussed that point. Why Bhagavan is not showing me his darshana? No. Why I am not qualified for the Bhagavan to come and give darshan? We are worried about the first one. First one is worry. The second one is our thoughtful endeavor. What I have to do for the Lord to come and give me darshan is more important than worrying that भगवान क्यों आ रहे, क्यों नहीं आ रहे, क्यों दर्शन नहीं दे रहे. See that भजन, लोग कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, द्रौपदी की तरह तुम बुलाते नहीं. लोग कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं, शबरी की तरह तुम खिलाते नहीं. शबरी की तरह खिलाते चलो, कृष्ण गोविंद गोपाल गाते चलो. So in so many places we have to, refresh ourselves. Now we are good, but that goodness is not sufficient. We are working, but that working is not sufficient, isn't it? That's why the examples of the animals हमने लिया, जी जान हम जिसमें लगा रहे ना उसी में हमको सक्सेस होता है, right? Then again from the animal example, one of the thought is what? Why this happens is again same thing कि we have 1,000 things as goals in our life. पहले तो two types, spiritual, non-spiritual. हमको दोनों चाहिए, which itself is the first failure because दोनों का direction is different. दूरमेते विपरीते विशुचि. Second, in the worldly pursuit also, we have 1,000 desires, 1,000 wants, 1,000 lakshyas. अब एक एक चीज के लिए हम जब थोड़ा मन हम लगा रहे हैं, है इतना. Like if your salary is only 50,000, no, if you have 100 desires, no, with the 50,000 कोई एक चीज का भी पूरी तरह हम नहीं कर सकते. Isn't it? We want Indriya Bhoga also. And now we want the people to love us also. We want to go to different places. We want to कितने सारे हमारे मन में वो चाहत है. So all of them are neutralizing, diluting our desire for spirituality. That animal sees 10 and one it aims at, अब बस उसी को पीछे पड़ता है, उसी के पीछे बस टिल पकड़ने तक. That is called hawk eye. It's called HAWK, hawk eye. In cricket also they show that hawk eye vision for exactly seeing run out, stump out होगा कि नहीं. Hawk eye vision. So these are the things which we have to work on more to prove that sincerity for ourselves. And also the divine phenomenal forces called as Guru or God, for them to give importance to us and to bless us, to empower us, to be with us. तो when we ask them, they say, तुमको जो करना है बेटा पहले वो कर लो ना. इन दैट ओनली देयर सो मेनी कमियां हैं, कमजोरियां हैं, उन सबको ठीक कर लो. Not one, not two. So many, so many. Unless these are all done, we cannot say that we are doing due. Then how can we expect the growth to happen? Isn't it? So this is called Mananam Chintanam. Everyone of us have to do our own personal Mananam Chintanam. Like we are studying from last 3-4 days, one of the most important, beautiful topics of our whole life, Shri Vasishtaji's teachings through Rama about Paurusha and Paurusha Prayatna. क्या बढ़िया टॉपिक चल रहा है बाबा. Wonderful. So that way we have to take our life into our hands, and for spiritual evolution, deeply understanding everything that is to be done, let us be on that path relentlessly, so much that nothing other than that is even noticed by us. When that vulture looks at that fish, other than that fish, it doesn't look at any. But looking at that perfect moment, when that fish is on the little surfacial depth, एकदम जितना वो अंदर जा सकता है उतना ऊपर उस मछली को देखकर it will attack and take. In the same way, in our spirituality, the real maturities are all this. अदरवाइज थोड़ा उपनिषद इधर उधर सुने हैं और जिंदगी भर सुनते आ रहे हैं किसी न किसी से. देखो देर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज रियलिटी और ट्रूथ और ब्रह्म तत्व और सच्चिदानंद और हमारा गोल है, उसको पाना है. क्या बोल रहे हो? कोई मीनिंग ही नहीं इन बातों में, बिकॉज वी आर नॉट देयर व्हेन वी आर सेइंग इट. इट्स लाइक तोता. व्हेन तोता सेज श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, द तोता ईगो इज नॉट देयर इन इट विद डिवोशन दैट इट इज सेइंग. It says that because ऐसा कहने से वो थोड़ा अमृत देगा खाने को. That is why it says that. It never means what it says. In same way, do we mean when we come to class? Do we mean when we take up the book and study at home? First of all, do we study? Do we mean in doing our sadhanas? If at all we are doing, first question I have to ask to myself is, am I doing? अच्छी तरह नहा के चंदन बिंदी लगाकर बढ़िया सा धोती पहन के पूजा रूम में बैठे हैं कभी पूजा करने. इस तरह जप किया, जपमाला लेकर हाथ में. इसी तरह इन द फ्रेश मूड माइंड, contemplation, meditation, which are the ones with the chahat and tadap we are involving in, that we expect the transformations happen in us. In short, in both the things, in giving up the obstacles for sadhana, in doing those things which enhance our sadhana, in both of them, how much sincere we are, how much we are applying ourselves with all our personality layers, that is what matters for the real growth. Of course, after the conviction. The conviction will come to us through the Shastra Adhyana. We are doing that job. First job of studying Shastra. Then that should lead to conviction. Thereafter, in this way, we have to feel with the mind, We have to have clear understanding with the intellect. We have to have the ego level, the thought, aham level, कि मुझे वो एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए ही चाहिए. लेकिन भौतिक भोग आल्सो द अहम इन अस वांट्स दैट भोग, इसलिए वो वहां जाता है. टीवी का भोग चाहिए, निद्रा का भोग चाहिए, है ना, मिठाइयों का भोग चाहिए. इवन दो वी आर एट वॉट एवर द एज, खा लो कोई नहीं, बट देन उस तरह का अहम में अनुभूति. आई वांट टू एक्सपीरियंस भक्ति, आई वांट टू एक्सपीरियंस वैराग्य, आई वांट टू एक्सपीरियंस द क्लियर अंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट शास्त्र ज्ञान. Then now I want to experience contemplation. I want to experience meditation, and in that I want to experience my essential self. इंद्रियां भी ले आके इसमें लगाना है भगवान. सो एक एक चीज को पकड़ कर करना पड़ता है. One thing we have to conquer, isn't it? Without giving up. And in spirituality, anything conquered is not finally conquered. Because till Atmanubhuti achieved, whatever we think we have conquered can again pull us down. No. Again the example of animal. टीट वो उसका गला दबोच कर नहीं मारता है ना, वो छोड़ता ही नहीं. द टाइगर, बिकॉज इट नोस, थोड़ा मौका दे दिया वो उठकर भाग जाएगा. एंड दिस फेलोस आर सो हेफ्टी, ही कैन नॉट रन अगेन टू चेज अनदर. वो फिर कमजोर हो जाएंगे. इसलिए ऐसे पकड़ के रखते हैं टिल दैट प्रे डाइज, देन दे प्रे अपॉन. In the same way in our life also, let us pray for these things. Let us really work by ourselves on this. And that's such a great effort of every day coming to the class we are doing, which is a very, very rare thing. Many cannot do it for various reasons. We are in that way most blessed than many, but not sufficient. And we have to have that joy of really doing sadhana, really growing in our life, isn't it? ना कोई वासना को कॉन्कर किया, ना कोई डिजायर को कॉन्कर किया, ना कोई अंतःकरण के चंचलता को कॉन्कर किया, ना इंद्रियों का जो मांग है उसको कोई चक लगाया, ना शरीर का तमोगुण को हमने दूर की, ना वस्तु व्यक्तियों को दूर रखना सीखा हमने. तो दैट मीन्स व्हाट, खाना बनाने के टेंशन में है लेकिन एक चीज भी शुरू नहीं किया किचन में. नॉट इवन ग्रोसरी इज ब्रॉट और बॉट, नॉट एन वेजिटेबल इज कट. और देखा जाए तो गैस है ही नहीं सिलेंडर. अरे अब कब बनेगा कैसे? डू अंडरस्टैंड? इन अर्लियर डेज ऐसा ही होता था. कोई पॉलिटिकल मीटिंग या कोई महात्मा आए, शांत कुछ कार्यक्रम होता, तो टिल दैट महात्मा जी कम्स 10 मिनट पहले तक नथिंग इज रेडी. And that Mahatma's Mahashakti, that 5 minutes before somehow वो सेट हो जाता है जिससे कार्यक्रम ना रुके. ऐसा होता था अर्लियर. बिकॉज ऑफ नो प्रोफेशनलिज्म, नो स्किल्स, पीपल वर वेरी अमेच्योर्ड. जस्ट लाइक कोई बंदे को एक्सीडेंट होके गिर गए बेहोश, 20 people ज्वाइन देयर, एवरीबडी इज कंफ्यूज. क्योंकि पता ही नहीं था. 108 100 नंबर को फ़ोन करो या ले जाकर रियल नियर हॉस्पिटल को ले जाओ या पानी पिलाओ या उसका जो है ना सीआरपी या सीपीआर जो करो. ऑल अनइन्फॉर्म्ड, इमेच्योर्ड, अमेच्योर्ड कहते हैं उसको, नॉट प्रोफेशनल. नाउ थिंग्स हैपन big scale. Why? The professionalism has come. No more amateur. There are the event managers who have such a great high level of skills that a 10 lakh गैदरिंग को भी वो लोग इकट्ठा कर कर मीटिंग कराने का सारा इंतजाम 3-4 दिन में कर देते है कि नहीं. द इवेंट मैनेजर्स 10,000 लोगों को खाना खिलाने का, दैट टू 20-30 व्यंजन. I'm just giving the example कि in that way we have to become not amateured but matured, not non-professional but professional, not confused, but the efficient event managers. And the event in our life is spiritual sadhana, truly done, truly growing. Then, with all this preparation and zeal and zest, when we try to do that time, then we will know in how many things we have to empower ourselves, how many weaknesses, negativities we have to conquer. पता तो चले पहले ना, जैसे किचन में जाए खाना तब पता चलेगा क्या क्या चीजें चाहिए, क्या क्या रास्ते में हटाना चाहिए एंड ऑल दैट. So may we that way have this one word in our life, sincerity. So much that we are really enjoying doing and we really enjoy reaching also. भगवान गुरु कृपा करो, इतना कृपा करो कि हम आपको भूल जाए और जो हमें करना है उसमें हम 100% इन्वॉल्व हो जाए. What is said by Vasishtha ji yesterday is a great inspiration. 4 या 5 चीजें हमने सीखा, आगे आज बढ़ेगा गाड़ी, और भी बहुत बात है. This 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 sargas. Please study it wherever you get that book, whether you come to class or not, but पढ़ लो. A young boy of 15 years, Lord Rama, how to inspire him, how to give a chavi to him, how to give him the initiative, in that way Vasishtha ji is teaching. Majidar, Majidar. Oh, every Shastra of ours is unique in its own way, but this one first time we are studying, no? So uska maja hi alag ho raha hai. So anyway, the total thought is what? Life is ours. How we make it and live it alone is with us, goes with us. Again, choice is left. Let us see, let us think. Om, Om, Om. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryangkaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahmavidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharashibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhya. Om Yedime Guruvihi Purvam Vadavakya Pramanatah Vyakyatah Sarva Vedantah Tan Nityam Pranatosmyaham शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ विदिताखिलशास्त्रसुधा जलधे महितोपनिषत्कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलम् अचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे. समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषद आचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोध सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति धर्म संस्थापकानां दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन मध्ये साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहं. प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः. ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम अथ संबंध भाष्यम. तो yesterday we have seen to that Brahma Sutra Vakya, the referential 3 quotes from the Upanishads, Sri Bhagavan Adi Shankara has put in front of us for our clear understanding. पहले तो ये था कि आहच तन्मात्र, Only Vignapti Matra Brahman alone is real. Further, the quotation was from the Maitreyi Brahmana of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Then again, the Sutrakara says, Apicha Smaryate Darshayati, isn't it? Darshayati cha atha api smaryate. Darshayati atha api cha smaryate. So Darshayati means दिखाता है. कौन दिखाता है? श्रुति माता. स्मर्यते मीन्स स्मरण दिलाता है. कौन? स्मृति. Therefore, Darshayati Shruti Mata दिखाता है. ये पॉइंट को बताने के लिए. What is the Shruti Mata? 3 quotations were given, etc. etc. You can add. So, keeping these in the mind, the Sutrakara Vyasaji has given this sutra with this thought. What are the 3? Ki Athata Adeshaha Neti Neti. How deeply we have studied this thought yesterday. This is the Adesha of the Shruti, that Neti Neti. What is Neti Neti? Anything which is intellectually or below the intellect wala faculties से perceivable होता है, none of that is Brahman. Then when that way, by using the word Neti Neti, when everything is rejected, what is that which remains which cannot be rejected? Is pure consciousness. Because I am conscious of rejecting everything by saying Neti Neti. No, I can't reject the consciousness, because to reject it, another consciousness is required. Another is required. Then it is a regression in infinitism. Infinitum it is called. It is called as anavastha dosha. Therefore, we conclude there only. When through neti neti, which is the adesha of the Shruti, anything perceivable or objective is rejected. What remains is non-perceivable, non-objective, subjective, pure Gnapti Swarupa. That's called as Brahman. This is how Upanishad is said. That is why Ahacha Tanmatram. This is the Darshayati. Okay. Same way, second quotation was Anyat eva tad viditat atha aviditat adhi. It is viditat anyat aviditat adhi. It is something other than known. By that, all the known are rejected. Then viditat adhi. Then it is something other than the knower also. Anya deva tadvidita tata avidita. Sorry. Something other than the known, and you cannot call it as unknown. Then what you call it is not unknown, but other than all the known, again is the one which is illuminating these two ideas or thoughts or understandings or concepts. What it is then, which is substratum, that pure consciousness only. Then you cannot say it is not known. Then what is that state of being which is known but not objectively? Because vidit ko pura reject kar diya. It is again the Gnapti Matra. Consciousness is self-luminous. It is consciousness, that's it. To the question we answer that it knows itself. But it knows itself is grammatically wrong and spiritually also wrong. Because nobody can know oneself. I the knower only know the things which are other than me. I know myself is a contradiction in terms. Then the subject cannot know itself. Then subject need not be known. Subject remain as subject, that's it. That's called as pure consciousness. See, yesterday, after that Brahma Rakshasa and Rajakumara Upadesha is over, when Dattatreya is asked by Parshuramaji, please tell the final sadhanas. Today, yesterday we started the last chapter of Tripura Rahasyam. Now, in those questions, questioned by Parashurama, and more than that, the answers given by our great Dattatreya, this topic alone is there. It's very sublime, very beautiful, very subtle. I know the deep discussion in that. When the state of being self is different from all the upadhi, how does it matter when the upadhi come or not for experiencing the self? Nothing can obstruct the experience of self. It is eternal, is there. वो वाला जो स्टेटमेंट बताते हैं दत्तात्रेय जी इज द अल्टीमेट मत. सेम इज हियर. अन्य देव तद विदितात् अथो अविदितात् अधि इति शुश्रुव पूर्वेशम ये नस्तद व्यास चक्षरे. That is what in Kena Upanishad. Second. Third one is what? Again, yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. Anandam brahmano vidvan naviveti kadachaneti. So, three Upanishads are quoted. बृहदारण्यक हो गया था, केना हो गया, अब ये कठोपनिषद. नहीं सॉरी, तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद. यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह. So it is the consciousness in me because of whom the mind and senses are working to perceive the outer worlds. है ना. चेतनात्मा के अस्तित्व के कारण मन और इंद्रिया बाहरी वस्तुओं का दर्शन या संकल्प कर रहे. बट दिस मन एंड वाणी, there is a place where they cannot function. They cannot do their work. So the Vani is speaking, the mind conceptualizing. What is that which cannot be spoken about, which cannot be conceptualized? And yet it is there. It alone is a support because of which the Vani and Mana ityadi are doing. इसी को केनोपनिषद में यत मनसा न मनुते येन आहुर मनोमतम यद वाचा अनभ्युदितम येन वाग अभ्युद्यते. सेम थिंग इन दिस तैत्तिरीय. यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते, यतः जहाँ से वाचः वाणी निवर्तन्ते लौट आता है, मनसा सह अलग विद माइंड अप्राप्य नहीं पाते हुए. Same thing again in Kena Upanishad and other Upanishads and in Taittiriya Brahmanas. The story of this Agni Deva, Vayu Deva, Indra Deva trying to know that Yaksha and they fail, they come back. वो बताते. So this is the thought of contemplation. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. See our own consciousness. माइंड का कॉन्सेप्ट से उसको पकड़ नहीं सकते. और वाणी के बारे में उसको क्या बोलोगे, क्या है करके. Only the word you use consciousness. But who understands it? You and I daily use that word. Therefore, we are familiar with the word without the meaning of it. Others never listen that. Like whatever the Padajalam I use here are the ones which are used from last 5 years. इसलिए आपको हमको लगता है कि हमने कुछ बोला और कोई नए बंदे को आके बिठाओ इस क्लास में. Like if I go and sit in a medical seminar about new disease and the causes, the newly created whatever you call bacteria, etc., mutated things. And they talk in that language of medicine which is to be applied. एक शब्द भी समझ नहीं आएगा. Okay, that is not my field. So to those whom it is not the field, that's when YouTube ना 1 मिनट आके भाग जाते लोग. Because उनका field नहीं है ये. You and I are using the words we are familiar. Some of us even the meaning deeply. So that from where the Vani and the mind go there to apprehend it, see it, but fail and return. When this sentence is said by Upanishad, and what is that? एक तो mind and speech have their own field. दूसरी बात, they are the ones which are used to see the object, not the subject. Third, by themselves they are inner toned. So behind them there is consciousness because of which the Vani and Mana are able to speak or do the Mananam and then know the outer world things. Here the Vani Mana fails to know the self is their inability and capacity as well as to know the self they are not required. कोई जरूरत नहीं है. Because I know myself, I am conscious. So that consciousness is called the Jnapti Sarupa Tattva, which alone is reality. No any of the क्या कहते हैं, उपाधि सुपर इम्पोज्ड ऑन दैट, एंड उपाधि के कारण सविशेष ब्रह्म is not ultimate. The topic under discussion is Nirvishesha and Savishesha Brahma. Savishesha also Upanishad accepted for Upasana, but ultimately established is Nirvishesha Brahma only. वही टॉपिक हम पढ़ रहे हैं, वही चल रहा है अभी. So this is apicha darshayati apicha smaryate में darshayati is over. Three of the quotations from three Upanishads. Now smaryate, स्मृति में भी सेम बात बताया गया. So by quoting so many things, like the children quote the example of their friends to get approval from the mother father. So too, Shankar Bhagwan is bringing quotations from all Purana, mantra, etc. only to say that हर जगह पे हर ऋषि ने इसी बात को कहा. Not that I only am saying. So you need not listen to me. You have to listen to what is said. And what I said is said by all. Therefore it is correct. Help yourself in knowing it. So स्मर्यते देखते हैं 2 मिनट. प्रत्यस्तमित भेदम यथ सत्ता मात्रम अगोचरम वचसाम आत्म संवेद्यम तज्ञानम ब्रह्म संगीतम. In this one shloka, as Brahma Tattva is explained, is very few places it is explained in these simple words completely. In Mundaka Upanishad, there are 5-6 shlokas come again, which clearly explain our Brahma Tattva. Everywhere it is clearly explained, but we have to have the capacity to understand little simpler way. Like Mandukya में नान्त प्रज्ञम न प्रहिष्मग्नम, and Mundaka Upanishad में अदृश्यम अग्राह्यम अगोत्रम, then दिव्यो ह्यमूर्त पुरुषः. ये सारे जो श्लोक है ना, उस ब्रह्म स्वरूप को जो एक्सप्लेन किया नहीं जा सकता, उसको एक्सप्लेन करने में कुछ हद तक कामयाब हुए. टिल वी आर एबल टू कैच intellectually further to contemplate and realize. This shloka of this स्मृति is so beautiful. कौन सा स्मृति ग्रंथ नहीं बताया, लेकिन मंत्र. One by one word, what is Brahma? Okay. The last word is कि ब्रह्म संज्ञितम, उसको ब्रह्म कहते हैं. ब्रह्म उसका संज्ञा है, उसको ब्रह्म कहते हैं. संज्ञा मीन्स नाम इन संस्कृत. ब्रह्म संज्ञित मीन्स ब्रह्म कहते हैं. What is it? First, pratyastamita bhedam. Pratyastamita bhedam means all Vedas are totally dissolved in it. So that is kevala vastu, as we saw yesterday again in one of our text. शाम के टॉक में आत्मबोध व्यव से यथाकाशो हृषिकेशः नानोपाधिगतो विभुः तद्भेदात् भिन्नवद्भाति तद्दाशे केवलो भवेत्. So pratyastamita bhedam. In him, from inside or outside, there are no bheda that is possible. That is abheda. So bheda in another language is called as dvandva or dvaita. तो when भेद रहित कह दिया तो द्वंद्व रहित कह दिया, द्वैत रहित कह दिया. इसका अर्थ अद्वय, एकमेव अद्वैत. सो प्रत्यस्तमित भेदम. In that state of Brahman, there is nothing other than it from outside, nor within it there are only any parts to say. Like I am human being. The Bheda in me is what? There are other human beings, animals other than me. That otherness is called Bheda. Within me also there are so many Bhedas that the hands and legs and head and they are all different from each other. That's what विजातीय सजातीय स्वगत भेद. ये कोई भी नहीं है उस ब्रह्म में. ये पहला लक्षण है. प्रत्यस्तमित भेदम यत. Second, सत्ता मात्रम. Therefore, what it can be? Satta matram, pure existence. Satta matram. This satta is not the political satta. तो सत्तारूढ़ पक्ष को विपक्षी दलों ने इन बातों से घेर दिया, सत्ता का पत्ता कट गया. Here is satta matram, Sat ta, ta means ness, pure existence ness. Swasatta matram is a second thing to understand about the Brahma Vastu. Third one is what? Agocharam vachasam, non-speakable or non-catchable by the vachasa. Vacha, one word, one instrument is said, vacha, vani, it should include all the 14. पांच ज्ञानेन्द्रिय पांच कर्मेंद्रिय चार अंतःकरण किसी से भी इट कैन नॉट बी caught. That is the meaning of agocharam vachasa. Then the fourth one is atma samvedyam, means it knows by itself, and it knows by itself is not through the pramana of indriya or mana. Here, though the word used is it knows, but the meaning is it is what it is. That's it. लाइक ये दीप अपने आप को जानता है का अर्थ क्या हुआ? दीप अपने आप को जानने के लिए ये ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं है, अपने से अलग नहीं है, तो अपने आप के स्थिति में रहना ही जानना है वहां. हियर आल्सो स्वसंवेद्य मीन्स नारायण नारायण आत्म संवेद्य मीन्स it knows itself, means what? It is pure consciousness. Consciousness is the only one which can know itself. That is why tat jnanam brahma sangnitam. That pure jnapti is called brahma tattva. So brahma samgnitam, it is called as brahman. Tat jnanam brahma samhitam, that jnanam is called as brahman, in which there is no bheda. What is the bheda in the jnanam? Jnata jnana jneyam. Then it is satta matram, means it is always there, never goes away. Then vachasam agocharam, this pure consciousness is not spoken by the mouth. So to atma samvedyam, the consciousness doesn't need other thing to know it. Such jnanam is called brahma. So vachasam agocharam satta matram pratyamistamita bhedam atma samvedyam jnanam is brahma. Here jnanam is brahma, main sentence है ना. Tad jnanam brahma sangnitam. That jnanam is explained because we also have jnanam, but this jnanam which we have is not brahma. Then which jnanam? जिसमें भेद नहीं है, जो सत्ता मात्र है, जो वाणी इत्यादि के द्वारा जाना नहीं जाता है और अपने आप को जानता है. These are the four. सच ज्ञप्ति स्वरूप ज्ञानम is ब्रह्म संगीतम, उसको ब्रह्म कहते हैं. In the same way, another shloka, another two lines, Vishwaswarupa Vairupyam. Vishwa means Sarva. Sarva Swarupa Vairupya means all you see in the world. This Paramatma is something vilakshana from all of them. Then this is called as Lakshanam Paramatmana. यह है उस ब्रह्म संगीत परमात्मा का लक्षण. Therefore, प्रत्यस्तमित भेदम यतो सत्ता मात्रम अगोचरम वचसाम आत्मसंवेद्यम विश्वस्वरूप वैरूप्यम तद ज्ञानम ब्रह्म संगीतम तद परमात्मनः लक्षणम इत्यादि श्रुति स्मृति उपन्यास मुखेन प्रत्यस्तमित भेदमेव ब्रह्म इति उपपाद्य. So the Brahman is without any of the Vedas. Having said so, then Atayeva cha Upama Surya Khadivatu, again next Brahma Sutra quoted. And therefore, though the ultimate Brahman is Pratyastamita Bheda, Shuddha Satta Swarupa and Gnapti Swarupa, still Maya Aupadika Yukta Brahman called as Ishvara again is accepted for the sake of only upasana. तो ये पूरा पोर्शन में the reconciliation between the Nirguna Brahma and Saguna Brahma are brought to our clear, deep, undoubted understanding. Savisheshana Brahma is Aupadika Upasanartham. Nirvishesha Brahma is Nirupadika Anubhavartham. And that is reality. इन दोनों थोड़ा पकड़ लेना. We have few more lines to discuss. Then beautiful quotes from Yagnavalkya Smriti is given. तो इस तरह से in few days of time this portion will end. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamādāya Purnameva Avashishyate. ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमर्षिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु ओम 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 थैंक्स ऑल ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो